Hi, I'm Arvind Agarwal, and I'm the founder of Assessify, a smart, AI-powered interview and assessment portal that helps companies hire faster and candidates prepare smarter. We have all struggled with interview prep. It's scattered, impersonal, and honestly kind of boring. But Assessify makes it conversational, personalized, and truly effective. And on the company side, endless rounds, inconsistent feedback, and valuable team time spent just screening. Let's start with a quick thought experiment. Raise your hand if you have ever sat through a 4 round interview process, only to discover in the final round that it was a perfect. For both sides. Exactly. Assessify is an AI interviewer. It asks you real, contextual questions based on your resume, job description, and target role. You speak your answers just like in a real interview. It listens, understands, and responds like a human interviewer would. And at the end, you get a detailed feedback report. This isn't a chatbot, it's a voice based, human like experience. So, what are we doing today? In this short session, I'll walk you through why Assessify exists, the problem we are solving, who it is for, and how it benefits both candidates and companies. And after this, of course, a live product demo where you'll see Assessify actually conduct an interview with me. The goal? To show you how Assessify delivers real time, personalized, and scalable interview experiences, powered by voice and intelligence. Let's start with the problem we are solving. If you have ever prepared for a job interview, especially a technical or a behavioral, you know how broken the system feels. You have to jump across resources, lead code, YouTube, mock calls, Reddit forums. There's little to no personalization. And most importantly, there's no real feedback. This often results in vague knowledge without practical application for real interviews. Candidates face criteria and little feedback, turning into top turning the top talent into interview ghosts. You're just left guessing. Did I answer that well? Would I have passed? And on the flip side, for companies, screening candidates takes hours of valuable time. The experience is inconsistent and often biased. Most assessments fail to test real communication or problem solving skills. Companies burn engineer hours on first round screens. 80% of applicants fail in the first 2 rounds, and a mid-sized startup loses 30 engineering hours per role. This is where Assessify comes in. Assessify is a conversational AI that simulates live interview using voice, customizes questions based on your role, resume, and job level, gives human-like feedback and coaching, and helps companies scale interviews without burning team bandwidth. At its core, Assessify empowers candidates to build confidence, develop critical thinking, and improve soft skills and technical skills. For companies, Assessify acts as a screening automation tool that saves time and ensures only the best candidates proceed. It's fast, accessible, and feels like you're talking to a real person. Assessify follows a conversational first system. The voice interface mimics real interviews. It is personalized. Each session adapts to resume, job role, and user history. It's transparent. It provides a detailed post interview analysis. Assessify is candidate centric. It empowers, not intimidates. Assessify is efficient. It saves time, ensures consistency. It's a human like interaction where Assessify generates role specific questions from your JD, listens as the candidate answers, and scores each response on knowledge, communication, and cultural alignment, delivering an instant, shareable report. So, enough slides. Let's watch Assessify in action. After the login is successful, the candidate is redirected to the dashboard where he can see the upcoming interviews, mock practice for a mock interview by uploading a JD, and join their interview that is already scheduled with the company. And in the profile, they'll be able to see their profile, their uploaded resume. This resume will be useful for getting a personalized interview experience. And here in the reports section, all the previously generated report with respect to the interviews can be displayed. For example, we can view my backend interview report over here, which has a defined structure wherein the statement, the final verdict is provided, then the breakdown of the interview and strengths of the candidates. And this can be useful for the candidates to improve themselves, the areas of improvement. So the final statement here is that conditionally proceed to the next round, advising further assessment of practical applications and design depth, ideally suited for a role that offers mentorship. And here are the areas of improvement. If, let's say, I want to prepare, I found this job and I want to prepare for it. So what I can do here is I just have to copy the job description and upload it for interview creation. And I think this should be fit for a backend. Interview type can be anything. And since I'm a fresher, I'm entering the experience level to be entry. The technologies can be Python and Docker over here. Okay, there's no need to worry because the technologies will also be picked from the or provided job description. And since there's a constraint of time, I'll select only two questions. And once I generate the interview, the backend will be generating the interview for me. And once that is done, I'll be redirected to the interview page. Here, you'll see Assessify greet me, ask personalized questions, and react to my answers, just like a real interview.
Hello Arvind Agarwal. I am your AI interviewer. I am preparing a personalized interview for you. Hi Arvind, thanks for joining me today. I'm looking forward to our conversation. I've reviewed your resume and am quite interested in learning more about your experiences and how they align with our SDE1 role, particularly focusing on your backend skills with Python and Docker. Shall we begin?
Yes, Assessify. I understand the flow of the interview. I think we can begin the interview.
Your resume mentions your work at Invsto, where you developed and optimized backend components using Python and FastAPI, leading to a 30% improvement in processing speed. Could you pick one of those components, tell me a bit about its function, what specific optimizations you implemented, and perhaps a challenge you faced during that process?
Yes, Assessify. Sure. Since you're specifically asking me about the 30% improvement in processing speed at my work at Investor, so the task here was to generate and create paper brokerage. So the paper brokerage was to be used by the user to test their strategies. Now this involved paper money, not real money, and was used to like determine and get a result of the strategy and actually move it ahead to the real money and like implement orders there. One thing that I had like challenge implementing here was limit order execution. As you know, in brokerages, we can set a limit order based on a threshold. It could be time or it could be a specific threshold price. Now, implementing that was the problem. But then I specifically chose to do it by multi-threading, where the orders will be assigned threads and periodically, whenever the threshold meets or whenever the threshold is satisfied, for example, if price of an instrument reaches X value and X was the threshold there, then the order has to be executed. Else, in cases of expiry, wherein if the order or the price doesn't reach the threshold and the expiry time has arrived, then the trade will also expire, leaving the order cancelled.
So here, multi-threading is one thing that I implemented to fix this challenge and implement the limit order execution. And specifically talking about the optimizations that I did, it was with parallelization in the APIs. So basically, there were many tasks that were happening in a sequential way, which could have been parallelized to improve the efficiency and the overall return time of the API. So I've done that. And with that, in terms of time, I found a 30% improvement.
That's a great example of your work with Python and FastAPI. Now, let's talk a bit about Docker. The SDE1 role involves containerizing applications. Imagine you have a simple Python FastAPI application. Could you walk me through the key steps and common instructions you would include in a Docker file to containerize it effectively?
Yeah. So the main reason why we use Docker as a containerization is to solve the classic "it works on my computer" problem. This solves dependencies issues and creates an environment for the application, keeping it portable and being able to execute it on like cross platforms. Now with Docker and specifically deploying of Python Fast API, what we have to do here is in the Docker file, we'll have to first import the base image that we'll be using. With the base image, it could be a Python Slim or Python 3.12, and then copy all the existing directory files. After copying the file, the dependencies have to be installed. This can be done by pip install. And then we should be exporting the port, exposing the port. This like for example, expose 8000. So here the port 8000 is not available. And with the actual cmd command or the run command, we can run or start the application. In case of fast API, we can use UVCon. So UVCon main and then the application and then the host and the port that is to be used. Yeah.
Excellent, Arvind. I appreciate you sharing those insights into your experience with Python, FastAPI, and Docker. That gives me a much better picture. Thanks again for your time today. We'll be in touch regarding the next steps.
So I'll stop here and jump to the feedback report. Once I press on end, my result will be submitted and a feedback will be generated. Once this feedback is generated, I will be redirected to the feedback page where a nicely structured and detailed feedback of this interview will be provided.
Yeah, so this is the generated feedback, and let's see what it says. It says I've demonstrated a promising foundation in backend dev and DevOps, unarticulated. Yeah. So it says I appear enthusiastic, capable of contributing effectively, and recommended to proceed to the next round. And it also displays the backend of the like the breakdown of the interview. It displays the breakdown of the interview, like technical knowledge in backend and Python in DevOps and containerization, and solving skill with the actually spoken of thing like limit order execution, resource intensiveness. And it also say comments about the communication skill, like communicated technical concepts with reasonable clarity, some explanation particularly regarding the okay. And let's see what all are the areas of improvement. It says I need provide more specific details on our performance improvements. Okay, the quantitative measures that were used, and elaborate further on specific contributions and advancement of frameworks. And this also says that I should aim for more complex, structured explanation to fully connect technical actions to outcomes. So this is of a great use for me. And this was with the actual demo of Assessify, wherein we were able to set up the interview properly by just entering the job description, the tailored role, and an interview simulation was generated. Then a proper structured feedback was provided. So let's talk about what Assessify really delivers. Starting with the candidates. Whether you are a student preparing for your first job or a seasoned professional aiming for your next big opportunity, interview prep can feel overwhelming and inefficient. Assessify changes that. We offer hyper personalized interviews tailored to your resume, role, and experience. Voice based real time interaction, just like an actual conversation. A detailed feedback, not just on what you said, but how you said it. From pacing to structure, we help you improve with every mock. And all of this available on demand anytime. And Benefit isn't just for candidates, it's a hiring tool as well. Companies today waste hours of engineering time screening hundreds of applicants. We streamline this with AI led technical and behavioral interviews that mimic real world scenarios. Structured report with performance breakdowns and red flags. Objective, skill based evaluation, not just resumes and buzzwords. Assessify allows companies to save time, reduce bias, and hire better. Our vision, Assessify was built with a simple but powerful mission to democratize interview preparation and revolutionize how organizations screen talent. We believe AI should be empathetic, human like, and coaching first, not robotic or generic. And this is just the beginning. We are building real time resume parsing and question tuning, job description based prep modules for specific companies, live mock interviews with real mentors scored alongside the AI, analytics dashboard for both candidates and recruiters, and multilingual support so talent across globe can prepare and apply confidently. And down the line, Assessify aims to be the single most trusted platform for interview readiness and smart hiring. For your dream job or hiring your next rock star, Assessify is here to make it faster, smarter, and fairer. This is not just a tool. It's a movement towards more meaningful interviews, better hiring decision, and career growth at scale. Thank you for watching. Let's build the future of hiring together. With Assessify, every interview ends in clarity. Thank you.